Teacup.
That was at the Southeastern Youth Fair. I started showing at the Southeastern Youth Fair at February of this year. These are the chicks that we have across the street. This is a 3-week-old Frizzle. His dad was the one that you saw earlier, and he's a little rooster, you can tell, because his comb is enlarged, and the wattles, which is down below his beak, they're getting really red, and they're really tiny, so he's fast to mature, and you can really tell he's a Frizzle at this age. His sister is not a Frizzle though, because there's a 75% chance it won't be a Frizzle. So
wow, look at those wings.
He's probably going to be a red. You can tell because it's this shade of brown. So he's probably going to be a red. And
oh wow.
Yeah, you can tell he's really
how long was it before you could start identifying them once they were hatched?
You can start identifying them for Bantams about 1 week, and for large fowl about a week too, or just like at a few days you can tell because the tails on the roosters for the large fowl, they're really tiny, and the hen's feathers start really getting the okay. And the hens, their feathers on their wings mature much faster, and they start growing out like this earlier than the roosters.
Okay.
And the roosters are really shorter. I can show you a rooster.
All right, I want to see that turkin.
Show her the 5 toes.
Oh yeah.
Silky Cochin father.
Yes.
Silky Cochin and a Bantam Turkin
This is a Turkin, actually a show boy, and he is a mix between a Silky Cochin, which has black skin, as you can see, and he's a mix between a Bantam Turkin too. Wow. He's going to be a splash, you can see, because he has 2 shades of blue on his wing, and he has dark blue throughout it, right here. And he's a boy because his tail is really tiny. He's probably not going to have a tail at all because it's just a little poof ball. Wow. But he has 5 toes, which is unusual for chickens. And it's a silky trait. And he also has feathers on his feet, which is a silky trait too. So he was mostly silky. And he's pretty tame. His name is Robin Hood, but yeah, and he's going to have a pea comb, which you can tell because it's like really tiny.
Oh,
yeah,
cute.
And he'll probably. This is a Bantam Black Sumatra. She is a pretty rare breed. You can see on her wingtips they're actually white, which is a trait of the breed. And they're slow to mature, so they hatch out with full tails. It's really weird, but I'm pretty sure she's a girl. She might be a boy, but if she's a boy, she'll have 2 spurs. You can't tell yet, but and there's on the bottom of her feet is yellow. That's the characteristic of the breed that you want it to have. Because if it doesn't have yellow on the feet, it won't be showable.
Oh wow!
And then the little show boy, this is his sister. She hatched out with fully feathered neck and she looks like her dad. What's really weird is that if you have a white hen and a buff rooster, then all the hens will be buff, and all the roosters will be white, like the color of the father. This is the color of the father.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we have,
Americana.
this is a mix, a silky mix too, but she doesn't have 5 toes, as you can see. But she has feathers on her feet and little tiny puffs. She's probably going to be a blue or a black.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and she has the wrong colored comb too. She has the little, And this is the little frizzle. The little frizzle's sister. And she can tell that her feathers are a little crazy too, but they're not all the way frizzled out. Here we have a few that are like this. They're Americanas. This is most likely going to be a splash because you can tell, just like you could tell with Robin Hood. And she has little puffs and little muffs.
Cute.
And also we have one more that's different. He is a rooster, you can tell, because his tail is tinier than the other ones. And he has much more fluff, and his wings are less developed. He's going to be a black, but he doesn't have any puffs. He's supposed to be an Americana, but he doesn't have any puffs. So this is Thala. She's a Beta Black Sumatra, and she is the mother of the chick that I showed you. She has yellow feet, but you can't tell because she's dirty. But she doesn't have very good condition at all, but she's supposed to be this color. And the correct way to hold a chicken, you have to put 2 fingers in the middle and the rest of the fingers wrapping around the wing. And this will make sure that they won't fly away, because if you hold them like this, they'll fly away. These are phoenixes. They're a rare ornamental breed from Germany. They originated from the Japanese ancestors and Chinese ancestors, but their tails now grow up to 3 feet long. As you can tell, this guy is only 5 months old, and his tail, they start growing their tails when they're just a few weeks old, and their tails are really big. And this guy crowed at 4 weeks old, so it's like cock-a-doodle-doo.
Oh.
And he's really friendly, as you can tell. He's been handled since he was a chick, unlike some mothers.
Now, how big will he get whole?
He's just this. He'll just get like this, and his
Gotcha.
tail will just grow this big, bigger, and then he's just gonna say the same.
Yeah. Now, are you going to show these, or did you already show them?
This he's not show quality because he is white, which is not accepted into the standard.
Wow.
So, but he also, if they were accepted to the standard, he has the little silver right on his breast right here, and that's not acceptable. You'll have to pull the feathers out.
Wow.
And he also has it on his wing, and it takes a few months for it to grow back if you pull it out. So he's gonna actually be a silver, like the guy over there. This is Nightstar. He is a golden, and he has the longest tail of them all. His is gonna probably be the longer. He's the oldest though, but he is the one who's better quality because his comb, he has the points of his comb, and he has the correct color earlobes. This is white. These are his earlobes. So these big things. And he also has good wattles. And he has his spurs going in. They're really tiny, but it's pretty big for his age. As you can see, he doesn't have any feathers on his feet, which is good because the other breeds need feathers on their feet. And this is Rigby. He is a silver. He is a silver duckwing phoenix. He is the second best, but his tail is missing a few feathers. And he has a pretty good comb, but his points, a little bit of his points is too big, but and he has his spurs going on too, but not as much as Nightstar. And he's gonna be like, his tail is gonna grow up really long. And they have really pretty feathers that you can, these are from their saddle, which is what is in the back of their back. Is a girl phoenix. Her name is Toenail because she has to start toenail first. But they have pretty long tails for hens, as you can see, but they aren't as magnificent as the boys. And she's a white, so I can't show her. But there's also some silvers down here. Let me get you. Long tail. Here you go. And this is Moon, I believe. I can't tell. But and her tail is the longest of all three of the hens. As you can see, it's more like a rooster tail, and you can tell because well, you can tell her earlobes are not as big and majestic as the males, and her wattles cannot make her talk that good. So yeah, and they'll fly down, but and you have to put roosting posts up for them to roost on, and if they're hens, they need a little nest box. You can buy these at Tractor Supply, or you can make your own nest boxes out of scrap wood.
Wow, good deal. And they got the little watering thing.
Yeah, the suet feeder. And these showbirds, they need show feed, which is a mix of normal feed, layer mash, and showbird feed. You can get it at Tractor Supply. It's like $5, I think. And the best kind to get is at Seminole, the 50-pound bag. It'll last you for a while.
Oh, it's one of those olives.
And they also lay olive eggs. These olive eggs are really pretty.
Oh, how cute. And that was just laid today?
Yeah, it was just laid today. It's kind of cold because these are not good sitters. They don't sit on the eggs. But there's one of these eggs that you can hatch too. Chicken hoovers.
Now, what are these?
These are Turkins, or the Transylvanian naked neck. They're from Transylvania, and they're pretty uncommon. Most people in the U.S. don't have them. They are not a mix between a turkey and a chicken, but they were just made from normal chickens to make them easier to get all their feathers out to eat them. Plus, they're a pretty big breed. Pipsqueak's around 9 pounds, the big rooster right there. And they are the most friendly breed ever. And I had one that used to jump on my head when I was talking on the phone with my math teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they lay every single day. They are really good.
Here, go over there and pet one so I can show a picture of how sweet they are.
Oh, come on. I don't think.
Oh, they're not, they're just too nervous.
These ones are nervous because they see the camera.
They're like, what are you going to do to us? Are we going
I
to...
have a little show boy over there.
He's sweet.
He has a blue
Ooh, look
neck.
at that one. Now that big one, is he on the top of the...
He's on the top of the totem pole because he's the only rooster in there.
Oh, yeah.
And the two hens right beside him, those are his favorite hens, so they're on the top too.
Okay.
And the one right behind him, she's a mix between a Delaware, which is a white one, with fully feathered necks, and him, the rooster. But they always hatch out with naked necks if you breed.
That's great.
Breed them.
I just got to get a close up. You are so handsome. I have got to get a picture of you.
She's like,
I have a telephoto lens. Oh,
These are
wow.
the transitional pins that my mom and I bought. These are just for roosters that breed the hens too much, and just for the ones that we need to get rid of, or for babies. Right here, we are getting rid of most of them right here, except for the one with the naked neck and the little tiny rooster. These are the spurs. They only come on a rooster. And the roosters use these to fight with. And as you can see,
I'm sorry.
as you can see, they don't like to be touched. with the
Oh,
spurs.
yeah, I'm sorry.
But compared to my finger, it's like, and he's a little tiny boy. He's really tiny. And they use them to fight. These can really beat somebody up. And the best thing to do if someone, he's 9 years old, so this is as big as they'll get. But the best thing to do is cut them. You can cut them, and you can make sure that they're not as sharp so that they don't hurt anybody. The Bantam Black Sumatra, and as you can see, he has 2 spurs.